welcome back. This is Wargamer Sean, and we're going to go through part 2 of the Adeptus Mechanicus Skitarii. We're going to go through the troops. So, as we talked about before in the last video, there are no HQs in this codex, so they can't have a primary CAD or have an allied detachment. So you're basically gonna have to choose one of the characters that are in one of the squads. Let's go through the troop choices here first. So the first troop squad is the Skitarii vanguard. They're 55 points, and it comes with 5 of them. 4 Skitarii vanguard, 1 vanguard alpha. Their weapon skill the weapon skill is 3, ballistic skill is 4, strength toughness 3. Wounds 1, initiative 3, attacks 1, leadership 8, 4+ save. The alpha has 2 wounds and 2 attacks, leadership 9, and a 4+ save. And he's character. They're all basically have the Skitarii warplate armor, which is a 4-up save, and they have Feel No Pain 6+, and the Doctrina Imperatives that all the Skitarii have. And then they have Relentless and Rad Saturation. Now, Rad Saturation is good. So while a unit is locked in combat with 1 or more models with this special rule, all models in that unit subtract 1 from their toughness to a minimum of 1. Originally, I thought, well, this isn't so great because this is a shooting squad. Why would you want to have this? You'd want to have it for something that's locked in combat. But somebody had told me, and it was actually a good idea, is you could send these guys up front, have them get into combat, kind of lock them in combat, and then your assault unit comes in, slams in there, and takes care of the squad. I think that's a good idea. With 4+ save, I think these guys are going to have a hard time surviving close combat, but it's certainly a plan or something you could do. Now, the radium carbines are assault 3, 18-inch strength 3, AP 5 rad poisoning. So on a 6 roll to wound, you get 2 wounds instead of 1 because of the rad poisoning. It's an 18-inch range gun, so it's not that long. Your Vanguard Alpha can take weapons from ranged weapons, melee weapons, special issue war gear, and relics of Mars. I don't think you really want to take melee weapons, most likely, because these guys aren't really meant for assault. Ranged weapons, the arc pistol is strength 6, AP 5 haywire, which is good, I think. That's probably the most common one you're going to take, although the radium pistol is... apologize. Radium pistol 72. I apologize that I'm not finding this right away, guys. I think that's actually on the other page. Radium pistols, 12-inch range, strength 3, AP 5, pistol, rad poisoning. I don't think you really want that one. I mean, I'd probably just keep my assault weapon. It's assault 3 versus a 12-inch. I mean, yeah, it would give you potentially an extra close combat attack if you took a melee weapon, but I don't think you're really going to do that with a squad. The radium pistol, sorry, the phosphor blast pistol, that one is strength 5, AP 4 Lumigen, so it reduces cover saves by 1. Once again, I don't think you're really going to be taking it with this squad. I mean, I suppose you could. The argument could be made for them. You can take, 2 of them can take special weapons, and special weapons are the arc rifle, which is strength 6, AP 5, rapid fire haywire, which is really nice. So rapid fire haywire gun is 24-inch range. Or the plasma caliber. Now this one's a little dangerous, but if you increase your ballistic skill with the Doctrina Imperatives, it'll help. But it's assault 3, gets hot, strength 7, AP 2, 18-inch range. Now you can have 2 of those guys with that, so that's 6 shots. Now if you make, it's 9 points a model, you can have up to 5 more. If you make a 10-man squad, you can have 3 with these special weapons. The last one you can take is the transuronic arquebus. Now that one's a sniper, but it's armor bane, heavy 1. These guys are relentless, so they don't care about heavy. That one's useful too. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mix and match, and of course, I think the box comes with 1 of each weapon, which is useless, so you pretty much have to buy 3 boxes or kit bash from eBay or something, but I think you want to stick with the same weapon if you're going to upgrade them. I could see the sniper ones being used and kind of sitting back in the back of the board, and the rest of them not being used as much, but you know, I think it's usable. Now that's the one troop squad, and if you want to roll D6 on the warlord traits for Skitarii, you need to take either the vanguard or the next one, which is the Skitarii Rangers. Now these guys are 65 points. They're 11 points additional models. The other ones were 9 points. They have weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 4, strength toughness 3, 1 wound, and the alpha has 2. Initiative 3, 1 attack, 2 on the alpha, leadership 8, 9 on the alpha, 4 up, save. These guys have feel no pain 6 up, move through cover, and relentless. So these guys have move through cover, which is nice. These guys have a galvanic rifle, which is 30-inch range, rapid fire, precision shot, strength 4, AP 4. So that's a longer range, and at 15 inches you're getting 2 shots, which is nice. And they're rapid fire, but they're relentless. They could still potentially charge if they want to, and they have precision shots, which is nice. And AP 4 is nothing to sneeze at either, although they're not going to be going through, you know, power armor. They're going to go through a lot of other armor that's out there. They have a 4-up save, just like the last squad. Now these guys are a little bit more expensive, but I think their guns are potentially a little bit more useful because they're longer range. And these guys, actually, you can basically do the same thing. You give the alpha can take all the Relic of Mars, special war gear, melee weapons, range weapons. They can one Skitarii Ranger can take an enhanced data tether and an omnispecs, which the other squad could do too, which I think is good to take, because with anything to kind of help take out the enemy more. Now, you can 2 of them can take special weapons. If you take 10, you can take 3. I think this squad, since it's longer range, may be better having the arquebus, because that's a longer range gun, and their other guns are going to be more useful, so they're more likely they're going to be able to fire them. So I think it's potentially a better idea to have that with these guys. That's my opinion anyway. So that's the other troop squad, which is cool. You know, I think it's good. I think potentially the plasma and the haywire shots better with the vanguard, and then potentially the arquebus with the rangers kind of hanging back and you know, firing at longer range. Now the next one is an elite choice. It's the Sicarian ruststalkers. They're 160 points base, and they're 4 ruststalkers and 1 ruststalker princeps, which is a sergeant, is also a character. Now, if you make this one your warlord, you only get the top 3 warlord traits. So they really want you to go with the troop section for your warlord. It comes with battle armor, which is 4+, a transonic razor, a cord claw, mine scrambler grenades. I mean, awesome sauce. They have dune strider special rule, so they kind of have the little backwards legs. They basically look more robot than human. So that means they're going 9 inches in the movement phase, and they can run. And if they're in the special detachment, the Skitarii maniple, they have Crusader, so they're running with 2d6, picking the highest, and they're going an extra 3 inches, so they're going to average pretty high on running. They have feel no pain, so regular feel no pain, and furious charge. So they're going to be, these guys are weapon skill will skill 4, so they're better weapon skill. Strength 4, Toughness 3 still. They have 2 wounds each. Both the regular guy and the Princeps both have 2. And then they're initiative 4, so they're hitting at Space Marine initiative. 2 attacks base. The Princeps has 3. And they have 2 close combat weapons. So they basically have 3 and 4. And then potentially, 4 and 5 on the charge. Leadership 8. The Sergeant has 9. 4 up save. So these guys have Furious Charge, which is nice. They're really wicked fast, and they're potentially going to have Scout with Manifold anyway. So they're moving up the board early. The Princeps can take Special Issue War Gear and Relics of Mars. The entire squad can take their Transonic Razors and Cord Claws and Mind Scrabble Grenades. Trade them in for 2 Transonic Blades for free. Now, the Transonic Razor and the Transonic Blades are really good. The Cord Claw is good, too. The problem I had with trading that in for 2 Transonic Blades is you're losing your grenades, which is your Assault Grenade, and it's also Haywire Grenades in close combat, and you're losing a Throwing Grenade. Honestly, I probably wouldn't trade that in because I really want the Cord Claw and Transonic Razor, in my opinion. Now, let's see. The Transonic Razor is user strength, and Transonic Blade is +1 strength. But, I know the Cord Claw is Transonic too. And Transonic's good all around. I think that you just stay with what you have and keep the grenades. I think the grenades are awesome. They're one of the best grenades out there. The next elite is the Sicarian Infiltrators. Now they're 100. So sorry, I apologize. The last squad, the ruststalkers, could be up to a total squad of 10. The Princeps can have a prehensile data spike for 10 points, so he can have an initiative 10 strike. A ruststalker Princeps who takes 2 Transonic Blades may also have a Cord Claw for 5 points. So he's basically getting like 3 close combat weapons. I don't really know why you'd want to do that, but I guess because you're having the +1 strength. But I still wouldn't do that because you're losing your assault. So they're your grenades. They're 30 points a model. Now the next squad, the Infiltrators, are 35 points a model. And their weapon skill is skill 4, strength 4, toughness 3, wounds 2 for both the sergeant and the regular guy, initiative 4, attacks 2, sergeants 3, leadership 8 and 9 respectively, 4 up, save. They have a stub carbine, Sicarian armor, and power sword. Now they have feel no pain and infiltrate and stealth and dune strider as well. So they've got stealth, which is nice, going to protect them. They've got a neurostatic aura, so all enemy models within 6 inches of 1 or more models with this special rule subtract 1 from their weapon skill, ballistic skill, initiative, and leadership. And that's huge off the leadership, especially for like orcs and Tau. And -1 weapon skill and ballistic skill and initiative. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's really helping these guys out. Now, you can have 5 more infiltrators. The Princeps can have Special Issue War Gear and Relics of Mars. The entire squad can replace their stub carbines and power swords for flechette blasters and taser goads. Now, the flechette blasters, I think, are awesome, honestly. They're 12-inch range pistol that has shred. It's strength 2, which kind of sucks at strength 2, but shred, and it fires 5 shots. 5 shots. So you have a squad of 10 times 5 is 50 shots that you get to re-roll the wound on. Now, that's going to do some damage. There's no AP, but it's still going to, you're going to get DACA. You're going to, do some wounds. Now, the taser goad, let's look those up quick. Taser goad is +2 strength, AP nothing, melee taser. And so taser, if you roll any roll to hit of a 6, causes 2 additional hits on the target. So basically, if you roll a 6 to hit, you're getting 2 more hits. So you're getting 3 instead of 1. That's pretty awesome. There's no AP on it, but +2 strength, and their strength. They're only strength. Yeah, they're strength 4. So strength 6 is pretty good. The problem with the stub carbine. It's Assault 3, Strength 4, AP dash. It's an assault weapon, which is nice, or it's a shooting assault weapon, which is nice, and a power sword, which you're going to Strength 4, that's okay. But what I like about the Flechette Blasters and the Taser Goads is you're getting an extra attack. So you're getting 3 attack space on your regular guys and 4 attack space on your Princeps. And, if you charge in, you're going to get an extra attack. The Infiltrator Princeps can have an Slave Skull for 10 points, which is probably worth it. Now, here's the problem with both the squads, but this one in particular. You're paying 35 points for one dude. Now he has 2 wounds, but he's toughness 3. Anything strength 6 is going to double him out. Just remember that. And he's only got a 4-up save. He's got Feel No Pain, true, but anything 6 or more, they don't give a crap about that Feel No Pain. So you got a 4-up. So you're paying 35 points as much as a Terminator who has 2-up armor save and 5-up invuln for a 4-up guy with no invuln and Feel No Pain, toughness 3. It's a hefty price. So you got to think about that. It's cool and it's cool at what it does, but they're very elite and they're very expensive, and they're gonna, all of these infantry troops and elites are gonna be easily DAC of death. And stealth is gonna help, but things that ignore cover, it's gonna be hard. And they have infiltrate, but they can't assault that first turn. I don't know. It's tough. Let's do the only fast attack that they have, which is the Sydonian dragoons. They're 45 points a model. They have 2 hull points. Their initiative 3, attacks 3, front side rear armor 11, strength 5, ballistic skill 4, weapon skill 4. They have a taser lance, a broad spectrum data tether, and a searchlight. They have Dune Strider, and then Doctrina Imperatives and Crusader special rule. They have an incense cloud that gives them a 5+ cover save as being obscured. So let's see. They can take, any of them can take for 10 points. Can take a Phosphorus Serpentage, an 18-inch strength 5 AP4 gun that's Lumigen. The Taser Lance is like +2 strength and Joust Taser, and +3 if you're charging. The Joust, the initiative doubles on the turn that they make a successful charge. Tasers is what we covered before. If you roll a 6, you get 2 additional hits. There's no AP on that. I don't know. For initiative 3, if you don't get the charge off, they want this to be an assault thing, but man, it just, I don't think it's really that good at assault, honestly. Strength 5, I mean, it's going to have a hard time, and it's kind of going to take out monstrous creatures. You can replace a Taser Lance for free with a Radium Giselle, which is 30-inch range, strength X, AP5, heavy 2, rad poisoning, sniper. Once again, not that jazzed about that. I mean, yeah, it's a sniper rifle on a thing that looks... I'm sorry, these things are one of the ugliest models in my opinion. They look like a Velociraptor or a T-Rex, like with somebody riding on top. They're ugly, in my opinion. I really don't like the model, but I don't know. I don't see the use in these guys, really. You can get another one for 45 points. You can have up to 5 additional ones. You can have a squad of 6. I don't see the use of them that much, honestly. I think these other infiltrators and the ruststalkers are going to do a better job in close combat than this guy is going to do, honestly. And for his points, I think he's going to die too easy. Yeah, he's got a 5-up obscured, but I don't know. I wouldn't invest the points in him. Now we're going to heavy. The other one that's on the same model kit, but you can make it, is the Ironstrider ballistarii. It's 55 points versus 45. And you can have 5 more in a squadron for 55 more points. So you basically have 6 guys. They have a twin-linked Cognus autocannon, a broad spectrum data tether, and a searchlight. They have Ironstrider precision shots, which is good, Doctrina Imperatives, and Crusader. Now their weapon skill is 3, ballistic skill 4, so their weapon skill is not as good. Strength 5, front side rear armor 11, initiative 3, attacks 2, hull points 2, so 1 less attack, but you don't really want to close combat these guys anyway. So you can replace a twin-linked Cognus autocannon with a twin-linked Cognus las cannon for 20 points. It's a little pricey to me. I don't know why they made that so much more expensive. I would have thought like 10 or 15 points for that upgrade. 20 points is kind of pricey. I think the twin-linked las cannon is really good on them. So you kind of basically got a little gunboat. Nothing to really protect them and keep them alive like the dragoon. But the autocannon's not bad either. And with a Cognus, when you're snap firing or you're overwatching, you're hitting on 5s and 6s instead of just 6s, which is good. So I see a little bit more use for this guy than the dragoon. The other heavy attack one is the Onager dune crawlers. This is a 4-legged big guy. It's 90 points. It's weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 4, strength 5, front armor 12, side armor 12, rear armor 11, initiative 2, why I don't know, attacks 1, hull points 3. It has an eradication beamer, which is what we talked about in the first video. It short range is strength 10 AP 1, and then less range it's like 8 to like something. It's strength 8 AP 2 blast, and then strength 6 AP 5 large blast at 18 inches or longer. I don't see the use of that weapon really. I mean, I guess you could make an argument for it, but I just don't like it so depending on its range, you know, and it doesn't have Ironstrider, so it's not moving like it's only moving 6 inches, so people could close in on it quick. It has a force field, so it's a 6-up invulnerable save, but you can have up to 2 additional dune crawlers. For every additional dune crawler, it increases the invulnerable save by 1. So if you have 3, you got a 4-up invuln save. It's a crawler that it's basically is not slowed by difficult terrain and automatically passes dangerous terrain checks and cannot run. So it makes it even slower. You can replace its Eradicator Beamer with twin-linked heavy phosphor blasters for 15 points, a neutron laser and Cognus heavy stubber for 25 points, or the really awesome one is the Icarus array for 35 points. And that's expensive, and that makes it 125 points. But the Icarus array is awesome. It's all Skyfire. It's really the only Skyfire that they have, except for the Cognus stuff, which, you know, you're snap firing and hitting on 5s, which helps. But it's just a whole array, a crap ton of weapons on this thing. And it's all Skyfire, and the twin-link Icarus autocannon is an interceptor too. And the Gatling rocket launcher, strength 6 AP 4, heavy 5, ignores cover, Skyfire. Daedalus missile launcher, strength 7 AP 2, heavy 1, Skyfire. It's awesome. I mean, it's really good. I don't know, you know, I think out of all of the walkers, I know I rip on it, but I think it's decent. You can upgrade the Skitarii weapon, Skitarii vehicle list, which I don't even know why they have. Like, you can take this from items maybe taken from the Skitarii vehicle equipment list. I don't know why they didn't just list it on this page, because it's the only walker that can take vehicle equipment list. So why'd you just have it on that page instead of having us go back and look on a different page, since nothing else can take it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, nothing. The other 2 walkers can't even take it. Kind of weird. Anyway, you can take a Cognus heavy stubber for 5 points, smoke launchers for 5 points. I think they should have just come with it for 90 points, honestly. Oh, sorry. It may not be taken on an Onager dune crawler equipped with the Icarus array, so you're probably not going to be putting it on there. I don't know why that is. Mind Scanner Pro for 10 points and a Cognus Manipulator for 25 points. And that's expensive, this Manipulator. Now what the Manipulator does is it gives it will not die, so it can repair itself. It also makes the Strength melee attack double, so it's going to be a Strength 10 attack, which someone was like, oh yeah, it's a Strength 10 attack. I'm like, yeah, that's great. 1 attack. Ooh, and weapon skill 3. So you're going to hit half the time. It's going to be strength 10. Great. If anybody's attacking that thing, they've got melta bombs or they got power fists or something. They're going to wreck your face before you do anything. And initiative 2, by the way. So freaking Necrons are attacking at the same initiative. I don't know. I don't think you want this thing anywhere near close combat. I think the Icarus Ray is the best one, but it's situational. You might have games where you have no flyers, and then that thing is pretty useless because you're hitting on 6s. Because I don't think anything's Cognus. Let me check before I say that. And yeah, nothing's Cognus on that. So I don't know. Overall, I think that the the next video, which will be kind of our final one, we'll go through the different detachments and kind of final thoughts. I think the infantry, the elites, and the troops are kind of where it's at. I think the other things, the walkers, are a little lackluster, to be honest with you. I think that the infantry is pretty amazing. It's just that you end up paying a premium for a 4-up save, which is risky. You take enough DACA, you're missing half of your saves. So every time you take saves, someone makes you take 4 saves. You're losing 2 guys. Well, most likely 2 guys. Maybe you're going to save, if it's not strength 6, you're going to maybe save 1 or 2. If it's depending on what kind of feeling of pain it has. If it's 5-up or 6-up, depending on the troop or the elites. So you got to be really careful. It's a very elite army. Not quite as glasshammerish as Harlequins are, which only have a 5-up invulnerable save. These guys at least have a 4-up. But it's still going to be a very tough army to play. I don't think it's going to be easy. It's got a lot of stuff to shoot and a lot of haywire. But, haywire is great, but you end up coming against NIDs or horde armies that are not in vehicles. The haywire is not going to do anything, really, that's it for the squads. I'll do a third video and final one for the Skitarii, and I'll be back to finish it off in the next video. Until then, keep on wargaming and take care.
Goodbye. 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 Bye-bye. Goodbye. See ya. Bye for now. Bye for now. Goodbye. I like bottoms.